welcome to the weekly roundup on SA Footballer TV. I'm Tommy Javor with
Tommy Lipson, how are you, mate?
Good to have you here, mate. You've been very solid so far tonight, and of course you've been pretty excited about Div 3. Where do you aim to be next year with North Haven?
So excited for this week, Div 3.
Div 3. Of course, we'll start with Andrew Graham's boys. They got a spanking, much like he's had himself many a time. It was we all like that one. And it was all over at quarter time, really, when Athelstone kicked 11 in the first, 9 in the second. But finally, it was Athelstone 30 goals, 13, 193. Kilburn 10, 15, 75, mate.
That doesn't really surprise me too much. So I bumped into the Shrek at the new Coopers Ale House last week, actually. He told me that Kilburn have pretty much given up on the year. So not surprised they lost by quite a bit again.
Yeah, it's not good reading, but McCallum kicked 3. Housen and Sandacrook both kicked 2. O'Loughlin, Sandacrook, and along with their better players. For Athelstone?
Athelstone, we got Randa on 10, he must have played on Shrek. Lee with 6, Tiaka with 3, Sheedy with 2. Is that Jade with 2 goals?
Yep.
Botchell with 2, Hansel with 2, Bacardi with 2.
Biancardi.
Yeah. He's Biancardi. And landed best on ground with 10 goals. Lee, Moriello, Sullivan and Taka ran out the best players.
Probably less said about this one the better. A 20-goal smacking there. I'll tell you what, in the Battle of the Cellar Dwellers, our next game was huge for the local community of Jeps Cross. It's not meant to be comedy. And it was Jeps Cross 2 good, 10, 13, 73, Walkerville 8, 11, 59. It was 8 goals apiece at three-quarter time. And Jeps Cross must have been a war of attrition out there down at Duncan Fraser, but they've got the chocolates by 14 points, with Brodie Hudson and Boothie both kicking doubles. Better players.
Oh, go on.
Mick Kitchen, Bend, and Capangelo. Capagreco. For Walkerville, so I'm going to fly through it. Henderson and Hutchins couple. Hutchins, Calloway and Partington were the better players. But a great win for Jeps Cross. A win they needed. And
much needed.
Yeah, hopefully they can carry on moving forward. Our next game, well, it was the closest game of the round, and it was an absolute thriller, wasn't it? Tommy, take us through it.
Oh, it was huge. I think the Seton was sitting 5th, Golden Grove sitting 6th, maybe around that, 4th and 5th maybe before the round.
5th and 6th, beautifully done. Well done,
both teams really need to win that to stay in the 5th, so good win to Seton Ramblers. Golden Grove, we got Gunning with 5 goals, Ingram with 2, the rest were singles there. Got Ravlich, Shepherd, Hughes, Graham and Gunning, the best players.
For Ramblers, the winners by 4 points. Harris and Harlan both kicked 3, while Polanski and Wild both kicked 2. Better players, Wild, Gates, Tremaine, Parker and Walsh. So a huge win there. Next one, no surprise, mate, it was Mitcham with some accurate kicking, far too good for Plimpton. 15 goals, 15 goals, 8.98. Plimpton, 5 goals, 11.41. And look, she wasn't a pretty game. Quarter time, it was 1 goal, 1 to 2 points. And even at three-quarter time, it was 11-4 to 2-5. So not a lot of thrill going on.
Mitcham able to look a treat as well after that rain on Friday.
Yeah, there was some serious storms. Rowe kicked 3, a host of doubles from Webster, Hardy and Roberts, whilst better players were Lutz, Daly and Ballard for Mitcham. For Plimpton,
just the 4 goal kickers, and none of them are getting read out. Nelson, Taverner, Holtham, Ferraro and Deere were the best players for the Bulldogs. Yeah,
for the Red Dogs there, and unfortunately you might have seen that on camera. I spat on my computer then. Our last game, it was Pembroke, and this one, again, we thought this one would be a lot closer because Pembroke and Flinders Park were 1st and 3rd respectively. I did tip Pembroke being at home, but geez, they were far too good. After a very slow start, kicking only 3 points in the first quarter, whilst Flinders Park kicked 3, they were able to even it up at half time and run away with it in the second half, 14 goals to 2. Final score was 19-10-124 Pembroke. Flinders Park 8-10-58. Flinders Park have done nothing in the second half.
It's a really good win, isn't it?
Yeah.
Huge win.
Take us through Flinders Park goal kickers and better
Flinders Park goal kickers, we've got Almond with 2, and the rest were just singles there. So Wilson, best on ground for Flinders, Rogers, Baldwin, Keatley and C. Smith. Keatley's still going, he's a good player.
Was that Justin Keatley?
Yeah, sent up back, touched me up a few times. Not inappropriately, but on the full.
It's good to hear, mate, because,
good player.
Yeah. Mason kicked 4 for Pembroke, along with Marini, whilst Allen, Denya and Evans both kicked multiples. Funny, Pembroke have a dominant win like this, best player.
That's almost unfair, to be honest. I reckon at Division 3 level. I don't know if you should be able to drop from SANFL to go and play D3.
Sample, we call it now.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it's like, you know how they call Qantas, they don't call it QANTAS. Sample. Along with Mason and Connors, so just get on your little high horse there, have a moment. So, yeah, look, I mean, it really did surprise me, that one, but at the end of the day, if you don't show up and play in any division of amateur league, you can get touched up, can't you, mate?
Definitely. Pembroke, bloody good team too, so Flinders got to be on their game next time they come up against them for sure.
Yeah, and look, it certainly does change the shape of the ladder a little bit. It knocks Flinders off their perch. Just take us through the ladder quickly, mate.
But Athelston with a 7-1 record, Flinders Park 7-1 as well. Pembroke just one win behind them, 6-2.
The danger team for me in this league, I think the team come September will be tough to beat.
Pembroke, you reckon?
Yeah.
Just starting to get a bit of momentum. Does Alan play every week?
I wouldn't think so.
No? We'll probably play more and more towards the end of the year, I'd say. So, Mitcham in 4th spot, Seaton Ramblers in the 5, but only just. Golden Grove, oh no, actually.
Only just by
Sorry, mate.
2 games at 9%.
Yeah. Only 2 games at 9%.
I think the top 5 set in this division for mine.
You think so? Yep. Can't see Golden Grove getting up?
I've been talking them up for a long time, and they just don't perform for me. So they don't win the big games, and I reckon the bottom 2 are set as well now.
Set, yeah. I can't see Kilburn getting too close to any other team. So
no, look, Walkerville could find a way to get out of relegation zone. I think they'll have a sort of it's going to happen soon. They're going to have to. I was there in '96 when they had the big call to arms, and we kept ourselves up in that division, but.
Yeah.
They need one good win. They've got a better percentage than Jeps Cross, but that win probably needed to come on the weekend, and they didn't respond. So,
don't give Kilburn a chance
of doing what?
Of staying up?
No.
No chance.
You've just told us that they've packed it in for the year, so probably not great signs. Of course, it's only round 8. It's not round 9, but Tommy, as a keen goal sneak yourself, you want to take us through the goal kickers?
I will. It's getting beat with 28 goals for Mitcham. Thomas Evans with 25.
It's close.
Brett Harland on 24, Luke Randa 24, Sam Gunning from Golden Grove on 21, so that's up for grabs as well.
Oh, it certainly is, and it could go anywhere. But it's interesting to note that no one with a greater than 3.5 goal average, so there's actually no super damaging forward in this division. But you know what time it is, Mike? It's time for round 9. Kilburn will be very keen to get a win. If they're going to have a win, it's a chance.
No, they won't.
No, they won't. They're a chance against Plimpton. Plimpton not much above them on the ladder. Plimpton can probably lock away the avoiding of relegation with a win here, and I think
I think so.
Yep. Golden Grove and Jeps Cross. Well, we've written Golden Grove off now. They're 2 games and 9% off. They've got to start winning games. Surely at Harpersfield they'll knock off Jeps.
Well, if they win this one, which they should, and Seaton lose to Athelston, which you'd think so as well, then they're only 1 win out of 5. So Golden Grove in that one.
And 9% though,
and 9%,
which is probably equal to a game now.
Yep.
It's hard to make up 9%. Unless you tank and throw all your D graders into your D grade like Smosh did last year and made up 13%. But I'm not angry or nothing.
That's neither here nor there.
No, that's neither here nor there. Let's not get bogged down by heavy semantics. Pembroke, whether he plays or not doesn't matter, the Allen show. Allen, because Steve will play and they'll be too good for all the cats at Haslam.
That's no good. Pembroke easy.
Have you seen that video?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Hopefully some of the viewers at home have seen it. Seaton, we've already previewed this one briefly, but we don't think Athelston are just too good at the moment. They had 30 goals. They're doing everything right. And you look at their list, there's some very impressive names on the sheets.
Athelston to win that, I think, even at Seaton. But Seaton seems to be getting a bit of momentum though. So.
Yep. Mitcham coming off a good win. Flinders coming off a very poor second half. I think Dave Kennewell will have a few choice words for some of those boys, and they will respond with a win away from home at Thomas Farms.
Flinders, I think, but in a close one.
Yeah, Flinders for me too. We've agreed on all of that. That's really, really agreeable of us. Tommy, thanks for joining us for Division 3.
No worries, mate.
We'll be back next week.